Alright, so we're just getting these pulled and we're gonna flip them and mount them to the bottom of these probably. And if we need to, we might end up cutting these off of here and flipping these upside down too, so that it lowers the drive shaft down so it can be in line with the transfer case. But we gotta get the transfer case in to see where the drive shaft angle is gonna be. Alright, so it's not fully welded in yet, but we got this brace support in there. It's not gonna come out, but we still gotta fully weld it and cap it and stuff. But so that's where the lower link's gonna go. So we're gonna get this side tacked into place, and then we'll match it on the other side. Alright, so I just got all that stuff welded in, the main support of this. So now I'm going to go and get some tube and bend some that go from this over to the other side of the transfer case to tie both sides together and also act as a skid plate. And get those welded in, and the front's pretty much done. After that we just got to do brake lines and then we'll move on to the back. He said I can have access to anything I need. He's got a bunch of nice pieces of metal here on the floor, but I think I'm gonna go dig out one of his mistakes out of the corner and use that instead. It's not a mistake, it's a happy accident. It's just a test piece. Okay, so this was the first attempt at building the front of the Bronx Star, and I'm going to repurpose this for the limo. Alright, so this is a tubing bender angle finder doohickey. That's the proper name for this. So I'm going to figure out exactly what I need to make for this. I'm going to bend it to 110. Hopefully I don't mess it up. I just spent all day helping build this, so I think I have a rough idea of what to do here. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to go with right there. So I'm going to make a second one and then cut a bunch of little, probably like 4 or so braces that go between the two of them. It hangs down a little lower than I'd like, but I mean, it's a limo. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. So it's got to have a brace here, and it's got to have, I mean, I could cut a little bit more off if I wanted to and tuck it in a little bit more, but I think that'll be okay. So that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna use more of Robbie's scrap to save on metal, and so I'm gonna make a bunch of little spacers that are like 2.5 inches. Space these out so I get my 6 inches wide to weld to the cross support, because the cross support that's holding the transfer case in is 6 inches. So I'm gonna make this 6 inches wide so it's as strong as it can be. And so it protects the whole bottom of the transfer case. So when we're going up Hell's Revenge and this thing bashing on rocks, I don't know, you guys already know how this went because you guys probably seen it, but as of right now, I don't know how any of this is gonna work. So, wish you guys could tell me. You guys already know. Okay, so I got one cut, so let's see if it's gonna fit. And if I measured it right. Look at that. 6 inches exactly. So, just gotta cut a bunch of these. I don't know about you guys, but I am very happy with how this turned out. I think it looks sweet. I love tube. This kind of stuff, it's strong, it's functional, but I honestly don't like it. This, I like. So, and this is the thing that's gonna get bashed on rocks. So, but it looks cool. And you're gonna see it because it hangs down 5 feet. So, but I'm gonna get this held up, tacked into place really quick before I melt my hand to it. And yeah. So I'm back here working on the limo once again. Got my brother here today, so hopefully we'll get more done today. But we got our list, everything that we started, that's what we're gonna try to get done today. Hopefully, and then we're also going to flex this thing all the way out. We're going to put the second lift under that corner and flex it all the way out and measure for limiting straps so we can get those ordered. So we don't got much time left, so guess we're going to start building a new track bar first, and then maybe some strut bars and stuff. Alright, so we got our track bar in here. And see, that's why we need to make it longer, because there's not enough thread engagement in here because we decided to make the ride height of the limo taller. We're going to also have to lengthen this. So we got a new piece of tube here. We're going to cut this one out, cut this one to length, and close it in. Should be pretty easy.
Got puppy all welded up to the new length.
Oh yeah, way stronger than it needs to be too, which is perfect. Everything on here is overkill. She's toasty. Look at that, dude.
Perfect.
All right, just 50 more to go. Okay, so we got everything cut out. We got our little end caps cut out and braces. We get it all tacked in and welded up.
All right, so Owen's welding that, getting those all done. While he's doing that, I'm going to make a strut brace right here. It's gonna go from this tower to that tower just to kind of strengthen things up a little bit. So I'm gonna go out and find a piece of metal that is 1.5 inches so we can hook up these reservoirs to it when they come through. So go get that pipe. All right, I just climbed in the back of the limo and measured between those two shock towers, and it was approximately 46 inches. So I'm gonna got my tube here, and I'm gonna measure 46 inches, and I'm gonna use that portable bandsaw and cut it. So let's do that now. All right, so see how it fits. All right, got that all hammered in place. Now I just gotta weld it.
All right, so Braden's gonna weld these up, so everyone go look at his welds. They'll be inside the trunk. We'll leave the trunk open for you guys. The only problem is the trunk's gonna be 6 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
So you're really not gonna be able to see his welds, but he's a pretty good welder. So he's gonna get that welded up, and then we'll move on to welding up the front.
Got it all welded in right there. I tried welding the back as best I could, but it's just really hard to get to. But should be in there good enough. We're gonna try seeing if we can run the reservoirs through the little slit in the tower, and then we're gonna mount it to this bar right here. So should be pretty good.
So we're gonna cut these off because the front tires hit them and they're in the way of a lot of stuff and they look dumb. So we're gonna cut them off. All right, so we got the bumper sitting up there like that and doing some more CAD work. So as you can see, that's where the factory bumper mounts. So we're gonna make these plates that weld into the bumper just like that. So we'll put bolts here, and then we're gonna run a bar that goes from here that bends down to the other side. So we'll attach the bottom of the bumper, and then we'll run a bar from that to the frame back here somewhere. So it should be really stout, and because I think we're gonna put a winch on this, I'm 90% sure. So, and it's gonna get bashed on stuff, and then we'll build some aesthetic plates off of the bumper here. So, and you guys saw me get this probably a video or two ago. This was from Robbie's JK, so we're making it work on this, and it's gonna look good. Holy crap. Dang, that's perfect. That's awesome. Okay, front bumper is mounted. We still got to reinforce it for a winch and stuff, but those plates are welded in there, and it's just bolted to where the factory bumper bolts to right there. So we're still going to make a hoop that goes down and mounts the bottom of the bumper, and then some kickoffs to the frame. So when we have a winch on there, it won't just rip the bumper off, or if we hit it on a rock or so. Okay, so now we're making some plates that'll weld in right here and cover up that hole and strengthen the shock tower or the coilover mount, whatever you call it. So go cut 2 of these out and get those welded in. Alright, so You can see down there we got those 2 plates welded in. Alright, so I'm back here working on the limo again, and today I'm going to start by reinforcing the front bumper. So I've got this is 2x4 metal. I'm going to cut a section of that out and weld it in between the frame and the front bumper, and that'll give me a good area to build more supports off of. I'll show you what I mean when I get this cut up, but I'm going to cut some pieces that are 3 inches and 3 3/4 inches, and I got to cut a notch out in the back of them and put them in and box it in. Should make it pretty dang strong, so I'm going to get cutting that and I'll show you guys how it's going to work on the bumper. Okay, so these things, they are for, go right in here like so, strengthen all this, and then I'll plate from here forward and probably on the bottom, and then I'll build my supports off of that. So it just gives me a lot more structure to build off of. So I'm gonna grind the paint off and get that welded in.